Good evening and thanks for having us in your homes for KRHD News at 6. I'm Hallie Jones. Well, Juneteenth has been observed by many in the Brazos Valley for years, and tonight states across the Union embrace the new federal holiday. Rebecca Fiedler caught up with leaders in the African American community, happy to see the country celebrating our shared history and the path forward.
With Juneteenth approaching this weekend, I visited the Brazos Valley African American Museum located in Bryan to discuss the importance of celebrating Juneteenth and to talk about the racial history of the local area. Museum curator Oliver Wayne Sadberry is passionate about telling the stories of the local community. He says he remembers celebrating Juneteenth as a young child in Bryan.
Juneteenth was a welcome holiday. It was something that people, really appreciated. It was always barbecuing and parades and lots of singing and just a lot of things, a lot of gaiety in the Black community.
Sadberry says his family was still feeling the residual effects of slavery even whilst living in the 20th century.
It was segregated, and so we had, there's still a distinction between black and white.
Sadberry feels it's important that we don't forget our history. He pointed out how a number of local all-black schools burned down prior to segregation. He feels much of the multiracial community today doesn't know much about our local black history, including the fact that Tuskegee Airmen were stationed in Bryan as military flight instructors in the 1940s.
See, that's why we need to talk. And that's why education needs to be open, not just one-sided, because you don't get the full story when it's one-sided.
Sadberry says that lingering post-emancipation racism even affected the visiting Tuskegee Airmen.
Given that it was segregated and they had to live in our part of town, it was even worse because as a young kid, I was influenced by those pilots. It was something the white kids my age wouldn't be exposed to.
While Sadberry says he has seen great strides made in our culture over his lifetime, he still thinks Americans could become more unified and offer more equal opportunities for minority groups in positions of power.
So you've got to work together and make it happen. And I was so glad President Biden signed the Juneteenth national holiday. That was a monumental moment.
Celebrating freedom, promoting progress. In Bryan, Rebecca Fiedler, KRHD News.